Anita Manning said it best when she said, "High-tech tomatoes, mysterious milk, super squash. Are we supposed to eat this stuff, or is it going to eat us?" I have decided not to eat any food that I do not know where it has come from. I want to make sure that before I eat my food has no added chemicals. I want it to be organic or raised and grown naturally. If I support industrialized food, I might as well drink a gallon of acid per day, which will slowly over time make me ill, and I will live a miserable short life. That, in my opinion, after reading an article by Rich Shaffer called "Healthy Eating versus Feeding the World," is what it's like to eat non-organic or non-naturally raised and grown food is like. I'll say it again, it's like drinking a gallon of acid per day. When animals that are stressed and not happy become extremely ill, this makes our meat terrible for us. Fruits, vegetables, grains, beans that are grown with pesticides and chemicals is another reason why I'm so motivated today to share with you the difference between organic food and non-organic food. Organic food is raised and grown naturally without any added chemicals. It's what nature intended. It's animals roaming free in fields, being happy, doing what nature intended them to do. For example, it's like cows grazing and eating tons of yummy green grass in fields and being happy and doing what is natural for them. It is vegetables, grains, beans, and fruits, and whatever else that is grown naturally, free of chemicals for healthy consumption. Non-organic food, also known as industrialized food, is food raised and grown that is genetically altered in some way. For example, it's animals being injected and being raised in very close and unhealthy pens. To give you a better image, just picture tons of cows in your bathroom, not being able to move. They're literally standing, sleeping in their own urine and feces. They're not able to release their bowels in a healthy way. Can you imagine the type of smell in that environment? They're not roaming free and eating that green grass that their natural instinct craves. You may or may not have known there is a huge difference between organic and non-organic food. You may not have even thought about where your food has come from or how it's grown and raised. Have you thought about the benefits of eating organic food? Well, in the next few minutes, I would like to discuss what organic food is all about, what non-organic food is all about, and the benefits of eating non-organic food compared to organic food. First, let's look at what non-organic food is all about. It's about genetically engineered food, which is food grown by adding certain chemicals, adding genes, or taking out genes that have been scientifically modified. For example, all food that is processed is a genetically engineered food. So, for example, the slices of cheese called singles that you buy that's individually wrapped, that's a genetically engineered food. In your grocery stores, you may find tomatoes that have been scientifically injected with chemicals to keep it from rotting out fast and to make it last longer. Michael Pollan, the author in Defense of Food, An Eater's Manifesto, says that we are consuming genetically engineered food, which many of them come packaged with health claims, and that should be our first clue that it's anything but healthy. So basically, genetically engineered food is everything not grown or raised that is natural from the earth. It has been modified in some way, which could be very unhealthy for us. People also use genetically engineered food to feed animals because it's cheap and it can make them beefier faster, like for example corn or grain-fed animals. Hormone-induced animals is also another example of non-organic food, which can make young animals gain weight faster. They help reduce the waiting time and the amount of feed eaten by an animal before they go to the slaughterhouse in meat industries. These synthetic steroid hormones have been found to affect cancer risk, according to an article by Cornell University called Consumer Concerns About Hormones in Food. Factory farming is another example of non-organic food. It is raising farm animals in confinement at high stocking density, where a farm operates as a factory. Animals are raised all year round indoors. Farmers increase productivity and reduce operating costs by using assembly line techniques, which result in incredible pain and suffering for the animals. Animals are raised in factory farms, have their genes manipulated and pumped full of antibiotics, hormones, and other chemicals to encourage high productivity. These animals are not considered animals anymore. They're considered food processing machines. They are confined to small cages with metal bars, ammonia-filled air, and artificial lighting or no lighting at all. They are subject to horrible mutilations like beak sneering, tail docking, ear cutting, and castration. Humane laws are broken by factory farmers. Animals that are raised in the factory farmers create an ideal setting for bacteria, disease, and to spread rapidly. Do you really want to eat and feed your family diseased meat? Secondly, let's look at what organic food is all about. Organic food is about family-owned farms. In the article Don't Buy Cheap Food by Kathy Davis, she states that many of the locally natural raised and grown foods come from family-owned family farms, which practice humane ways of raising animals and add no chemicals to food that is grown or raised for our consumption. The animals are happier and doing what nature intended them to do. Lastly, I would like to discuss the benefits of eating organic food compared to eating non-organic food. First of all, there are no chemicals in organic food. Organic food makes the food taste better and it makes it healthier for us. Animals are treated humanely, which results in healthier and better dairy for our consumption. Animals that are not stressed will taste better, and you can sleep better at night knowing that you supported an industry that treats animals humanely. You can even live a longer and healthier life because you are eating foods that don't contain chemicals that will make you ill. Michael Pollan said it best: when the choice comes down to industrial, organic, or locally, he opts to pick the organic and locally because it supports much more than good agricultural practice. So if you want to live a long, healthy life, then go organic. If you want to live a short, unhealthy life, then eat non-organic. Hopefully you have learned a little bit more about non-organic food compared to non-organic food and organic food, and the benefits of eating organic compared to non-organic food. The next time you go shopping for food, remember to think about where that food has come from before you buy it. Remember that you are what you eat. Do you want to feed your body a gallon of acid per day? Or do you want to feed your body healthy food that gives you energy and makes you happy? You decide. In conclusion, I want to thank you all for taking the time and listening to my speech. And I hope you seriously think about going organic and living a long, healthy, enjoyable life. Your body, the planet, and the animals will thank you. Thank you.